See, when I was an EPG aspirant, one of the biggest problems that I faced was that I could not score marks after the exam that is happening in the institute. Like used to write like notes from the class. I used to read them like meticulously, listen to the class completely from beginning to the end. But still, when I write the exam, I used to score very low marks in the exam. They kind of pulled my confidence down, and it always made me worry about the outcome that's going to happen after writing the exam. So when I told this about this to the mentor and the director of the institute at that time, Dr. Ashwat, uh, he gave me a simple solution. He called me to his room and he asked me like what was the next subject that I'm gonna learn. And then I said that, sir, the next class is medicine. Then he just laughed. Then he opened the drawer in his office and gave me a review book of medicine to my hand, and told Benzin, I don't know what you do. You go to the class, you write notes, you do whatever you want. But before writing the exam, I want you to finish every single question in this book and make sure that you revise every single question you went wrong before coming for the exam. And then I just opened the book. There's around 2,000 questions, and I had just 8 days to study medicine. It's kind of a Herculean task in front of me. I know that I could not complete it. Then I called sir. The next, like, I opened it. I tried to do some questions. I could not finish even like 1/10 of what I wanted to. So the next day, out of the stress, I called sir again, and sir said, "Sir, I can't do this many questions. It's too much." And sir told me that, Benzin, I don't mind like you are going to finish 100% of the questions, but without even attempting to solve the questions and fighting for the next 7 days, you calling me now looks like very cowardly from your side. And that kind of insulted me a lot. So I said, sir, okay, then I took the challenge and I started doing questions for the next 7 days. And I thought that I finished the whole book. I really want to challenge sir, but in reality, I could just do around 60%. And then I went for the exam. Okay. The exam at an institute happens usually at 8 o'clock in the evening. So we all go to the class, sit together and write the exam. So when I wrote the exam, you wouldn't believe that in the exam hall, I could literally feel that, yeah, I've seen this question somewhere. And there is something inside me saying that, yeah, out of the 4 options, this seems to be the answer. Like I'm getting confused between B and C, but still I know that, yeah, C might be the answer in a better way. Or I'm able to identify the question, the topic from which it came, and I know the options, which helps me like rule out some of the answers. I did not like take it seriously. I went through the whole exam, came out. The next day when the results came, you wouldn't believe the entire 2.5 months I spent before that in the institute, my rank was never there in the top 30 or 40. In the institute, I almost has around 1,500 students studying in that campus. So my max rank was less than 100. What I mean is outside 100, like 100, 500, between that range. But in that medicine exam, you wouldn't believe my rank was in top 20. And that was kind of a huge change from where I was and what happened to me after that practice. It just bolstered my confidence. And after that, every single subject, I went to sir and asked the review questions. In spite of going to the class, I always came back and tried to finish maximum number of questions. Slowly, my rank improved. And by the time I exited the whole program, I was consistently in the top 5 in the institute. And obviously, it drove to me a very good results in EPG also and INI-CET. So the one thing that I understood by that exercise was that it doesn't matter how much I read, how much I write notes and try to revise it over and over again. What really mattered was, did I understand what I read enough to solve a question? So solving a question happens, that question there that I know to solve it happens only if I try to solve it before the exams. When you keep on doing it, like 100, 200, 300, 400 questions, it costs 1,000 questions, 3,000 questions. The moment you see an MCQ, your brain starts to find options, methodologies to rule out, to come to an answer, and the gut feeling to go for an option, that confidence kinds of increases. And by the time you reach your peak, when you cross 15,000, 20,000 questions practiced and reviewed, the kind of confidence you build up to come to an answer is so huge that any exam can be tackled positively. And that's the kind of confidence I got by the time I reached the end point of my preparation. So even today, I advise every single student that It doesn't matter whether you write hundreds of pages of notes. Rather than that, go wrong in hundreds of questions and remember why you went wrong. This will improve your score much better. So, at Medico, we always try to implement this particular central dogma for learning. That is, learning is not about reading notes, watching lectures, but going wrong in questions and identify where you went wrong and reading more on that. So get more mistakes, learn why you went wrong, do more questions, make even more mistakes to get the rank that you want.